Hello once again, welcome to another business studies class. Today we'll be having the part 2 of our revision class, and it's going to be centered on the other 3 aspects of business studies, which are the office practice, the keyboarding, and the computer education components of business studies. So we take the first question, which is an office equipment that is used for reproducing speeches already recorded is dash machine. A, adding machine. B, dictating. C, franking. D, scanning. E, stapling. The correct answer is the dictating machine. A dictating machine is that office equipment that is used to reproduce speeches that have already been recorded. We have the adding machine, which the option 1, which is the adding machine, is the machine simply used for arithmetical work, like a addition, subtraction. We have the franking machine, which is the machine that is used to stamp letters in large volumes. We have the scanning machine, which is the machine used to send the original copies of documents into the monitor for viewing. We have the stapling machine, which is used for joining 2 papers or 2 pieces of papers together using a pin. So the correct answer for this is B, the dictating machine. The next question, question 2, says a closed office occupied by the chief accounting officer of a secondary school is called A, we have the bursary. B, we have the computer laboratory. C, we have the counselor's office. D, we have the principal's office. E, we have the staff room. The correct answer is option A, the bursary. The bursary is an office or a department where accounting transactions, that's the inflow and outflow of money, is recorded or taken care of. So a closed office occupied by the chief accounting officer of a secondary school is referred to as a bursary. Another name for bursary is account or an accountant. A bursar is also referred to as an accountant, but a chief accountant. So the office is referred to as the bursary office. The next question says the part of a business letter which contains code for identification. The part of a business letter which contains a code for identification is, we have A, address, B, date, C, matter, D, reference, E, salutation. The answer is D, reference. Some letters have reference numbers, and the essence of having the reference number is for easy identification of the letter. The address is, we have 2 addresses in the business letter. That is the address of the company and the address of the sender of the letter. We have date. We have a salutation or complimentary. We have the subject matter of the letter. So the one that contains the code for identification is the reference. The next question, question 4, says, great love and zeal for work. Great love and zeal for work is called dash duty. Is it commitment to duty, or devotion to duty, or honesty to duty, obedience to duty, or punctuality to duty? The answer is B, devotion. Devotion to duty is the love, the extent of love, the extent of zeal you have for your work, or it determines the rate of effort, the love, the passion, the zeal that you have for work. It shows that you are devoted to your duty. So the correct answer here is B, devotion to duty. The next question, question 5, says the act of being at work on time is dash. The act of being at work on time is dash. A, commitment. B, consistency. C, honesty. D, promptness. E, punctuality. Commitment is the level of devotion or the level of effort that you put to your work. Consistency is the rate of regularity to your work. That means you doing the right thing without being told. You are always doing the right thing. That's consistency. We have honesty as an attribute, which is the act of being trustworthy, being truthful, being transparent. We have promptness. That's the act of doing the right thing at the right time, doing the right thing when you are supposed to do it. While option E is punctuality. Punctuality is the act of being at work at the right time or at the agreed time. So the answer to this question is option E, punctuality. Punctuality is the act of being at work before or at the agreed time, the expected time. The next question, question 6, says, which of the following is an advantage of a closed office? An advantage of a closed office. A closed office is like a small office. So which of these is an advantage? A, brings about better supervision. B, eases interpersonal relationship. C, enhances easy flow of communication. D, office space is economized. E, one enjoys privacy. The major advantage of you having a closed office is that you enjoy your privacy. That is option E. All other ones, bringing about better supervision, eases interpersonal relationship, easy flow of communication, economizing open space, they are all characteristics or features of an open office. So the correct answer for this is option E, which says one enjoys privacy. The next question, question 7, says, a device used for making holes on documents and files is the dash machine. The device that is used to make holes on documents and files is dash machine. We have A, fax, B, franking, C, guillotines, D, perforating, E, stapling. The answer is option D, the perforating machine, or we can also call it the perforator. A perforator is that machine that is used to create two holes on a file or on a document. It's a machine, it has two sharp edges that can be used to create two holes on a document for easy filing and for you to be able to join the papers together without stapling them together. That's the work of the perforating machine. Next question, question 8, says a business document sent by a prospective buyer to the seller asking about a product is A, catalog, B, invoice, D, letter of inquiry, D, order form or order, E, the price list. So which document is sent by a prospective buyer to the seller asking about a product? For option A, which is a catalog is that document, or it's like a book prepared by the owner of an organization or a seller or a service provider, in which the details of every service he or she can provide is properly detailed there. You have the pictures of the goods, you have the price, you have basic information about the products in the catalog or services to be rendered. An invoice, which is option B, is a document that contains detailed information about goods sold by a seller to a buyer. It's a document that gives detailed description or detailed summary or information about goods sent by a seller to a buyer or goods sold by a seller to a buyer, in which you have your quantity, the quantity bought, you have the description of the goods, you have the unit price, you have the total price, you have the terms of payment, the name of the seller, the name of the buyer, everything is detailed on the invoice. Option C, which is a letter of inquiry. The letter of inquiry is that document or a letter, as the name as the name implies, is the letter that is sent or prepared by a prospective buyer to a seller trying to get information about products to be bought or services to be rendered. So that gives us the answer to this question. The letter of inquiry is a document sent by a prospective buyer to the seller trying to get information about products or services. We have the other, option D, which is the other form, or the purchase order, is that document that is also prepared by a buyer now to the seller demanding for goods, giving details of the goods he or she needs, the amount, where the goods should be delivered to, and every information that the seller needs for the delivery of the goods. We have the last one, option E, which is the price list. All these are called source documents. The price list is that document prepared by a seller in which the price of every product or every service to be rendered is listed. So all these are referred to as source documents, but the appropriate answer for this question is option C, the letter of inquiry. The next question, question 9, says which of the following is a job quality of a clerk? There are two qualities, or there are two categories of qualities of a clerk. We have the personal qualities and the job quality. So the question here is directing us to the job quality of a clerk. A, we have efficient in performing official duties. B, we have good appearance at all times. C, we have maintaining good health condition. D, we have politeness in communication. E, we have sound education. Option A, efficient in performing official duty, is the job quality or a job quality of a clerk. Remember, a clerk can also be referred to as a clerical staff. They are the ones that carry out the routine jobs or the routine activities in the organization, like filing of letters, taking letters to the post office, receiving of mails, and all of that. They carry out what is called routine jobs in the organization. So all the other options, options B, C, D, and E, they are all personal qualities of a clerk. But the one that pertains mainly to the job is being efficient in performing official duties. So option A is the answer. Good appearance is a personal quality, maintaining good health condition, personal quality, politeness in communication, personal quality, sound education, personal qualities. So the answer here is option A. We move to the next question, question 10. It says, the initial amount of money given to a petty cashier for minor expenses is dash. Is it cash at hand, or cash float, or cash in bank, or money order, or postal order? The amount of money given to a petty cashier for minor expenses in an organization is referred to as cash float. It can also be called interest. Some options, they will give you cash float. Some you see it as interest. But for this question, the amount given is referred to as cash float. Option B. The next question, question 11, says, which of the following is an administrative document? Which of the following is an administrative document? We have catalog, we have invoice, we have order form, we have pay slip, we have quotation. So which of these is an administrative document? Catalog is a source document, invoice is a source document, order form is a source document, quotation is a source document. They are all documents. They are either sales documents or purchase documents. So the appropriate answer for this question, which is an administrative document, is the pay slip. The pay slip is that document prepared in the administrative department of the organization, in which the details of the income of an employee is stated. The details of an employee's income or salary, everything is detailed on the pay slip. Like you have items like the basic salary, transportation allowance, housing allowance, wardrobe allowance, then you have less tax and all of that. So everything is detailed on the pay slip, and the pay slip is arranged by the administrative department, though prepared by the accounts department, but under the supervision of the administrative department. So option D is the answer. Question 12 says, an evidence of payment in business transaction is dash. An evidence of payment, that means a document that serves as evidence or proof of payment is it the credit invoice or debit note or delivery note or invoice or receipt? An invoice, like I said before, is a document that gives detailed summary or description of goods bought. The debit note is a document used to correct what is called undercharged transactions. We have the delivery note. The delivery note is that document that is prepared by a seller to a buyer, serving as a proof that the goods ordered for, the goods have been delivered or supplied to the buyer. We have the invoice. Then option E, which is receipt, is the correct answer. A receipt is a document that serves as evidence or proof that payment has been made for goods bought or service rendered. Option E is the appropriate answer. We move to the next question, question 13. It says the customer service unit is in dash department. The customer service unit is in dash department. Is it accounts department or administrative department or personnel or purchasing or sales? The customer service unit in every organization is under the administrative department. That is the department that sees to the welfare or the complaints or the complaints of customers. They ensure that every service rendered, they attend to every complaint, and they ensure that every service rendered to the customers are satisfactory. This department is under the administrative department. So option B is the correct answer. Question 14 says incoming mails are recorded in dash book. Incoming mails are recorded in dash book. We have dispatch book, inward book, outward book, postage, and visitors book. The dispatch book is a book where we record letters delivered by hand within an organization. The mail inward book, we can also call it the mail inward book, is that document, or is that book or a register that records mails or letters received into the organization. Option C, which is the mail outward book, is a register or the book where we record letters that have been prepared for postage or letters ready to be taken out of the organization to another organization or to the post office for postage. We have the postage book, that is the book or the register that it keeps record of, number one, the number of letters sent to the post office, and it also keeps record of the number of stamp used. We have the visitors book. The visitors book is the book that is used to collect or get details of every visitor that visits an organization. So for this question, the right answer is option B, the mail inward book. For the dispatch book, inward book, outward book, and postage book, they are referred to as correspondence records. We have 4 correspondence records. That means records that are used to keep track of mails, either brought into the organization or sent out. So dispatch, mail inward, mail outward, and the postage book are the 4 correspondence records, while the visitors book is one of the books handled by a receptionist in an organization. So the right answer here is option B, the mail inward book. Question 15 says, printing of postage stamp impression on an envelope is made possible with the use of dash machine. Printing of postage stamp impression on an envelope is made possible with the use of dash machine. We have collating machine, counting machine, franking, scanning, and shredding. The correct answer is the franking machine. The franking machine is that machine that is used to print postage stamp on envelopes ready to be sent to the post office for postage. It's also a machine that keeps record of the number of stamps used for the postage of letters. So option C is the correct answer. Question 16 says, a document that contains detailed information about a guest to an organization is called dash. A, appointment list. We have the business card, complimentary card, dispatch book, and the visitor's book. The correct answer is option E, the visitor's book. The visitor's book is that book that is used to keep record of all the visitors, all the guests that visit an organization. We have the name of the visitor on it. You have the time, the purpose of visit, the person the visitor came to see, the time in, time out, and the signature. The business card is also referred to as a complimentary card. So the answer here is option E, the visitor's book. The next question, question 17, says, the particulars of letters that leave an organization by hand are recorded in dash book. Is it the dispatch book, or the inward correspondence book, or office correspondence book, or petty cash book, or postage book? The book that records particulars of letters that leave an organization by hand is referred to as the dispatch book. The dispatch book is an office correspondence records. Is that book that is used to keep record of any letter delivered by hand in an organization. The next question, question 18, it says, office correspondence comprises of outgoing and incoming mails as well as dash. A, appointment list. B, information system, office equipment, parcels received, stationery supplied. The office correspondence records comprises of outgoing, incoming mails as well as option D, which is parcels received. One of the things that can be sent through the post office aside letters is also parcels. So parcels are also recorded in office correspondence records. Which of the following documents is handled by a receptionist? There are 4 major documents handled by a receptionist. A, option A, is it invoice, or payslip, or postage book, or receipt, or visitor's book? The answer to this question is the visitor's book, or the visitor's slip. The visitor's slip is one of the documents handled by a receptionist to keep record of all the visitors that visit the organization per time. All the other documents, invoice is a source document, payslip is an administrative document, postage book is a correspondence record, while the receipt is also a source document. So the visitor's slip or the visitor's book is one of the documents handled by a reception. Let me refresh your memory. The 4 documents handled by a receptionist, the 4 documents are, we have the visitor slip, we have the telephone directory or the telephone message pad, we have the business card, and we have the request form. These are the 4 documents handled by a receptionist. Question 20 says, which of the following is not a quality of a receptionist? Which of the following is not a quality of a receptionist? Courtesy, flippancy, fluency, modesty, and tactfulness. So which of the following is not a quality? As a receptionist, you are expected to be courteous. That means you should show courtesy to your visitor. That means be respectful, treat them well. You must be fluent in your communication. You must be modest in your dressing. You must be tactful in every duty given to you. So the odd one out here is flippancy. Flippancy is the act of not being serious, not taking your work or any duty given to you serious, which is not expected of a receptionist. Doing things anyhow, not being serious, is what we mean by flippancy. So this is not expected of a receptionist. The next question, question 21, says which of the following is a duty of a receptionist? There are two major duties of a receptionist. So which of the following is a duty? A, guiding the office properties. B, keeping office environment clean. C, preparing annual budget. D, preparing petty cash book. E, receiving calls. The two major duties of a receptionist are receiving and making calls, then receiving and attending to visitors. These are the two major duties a receptionist is expected to carry out in every organization. So the right answer here is option E, receiving calls. The next question, question 22, says email can be defined as dash. A, the face-to-face oral form of communication. B, method of sending items and pictures through the air. C, the various systems of sending data manually. D, the various systems of sending information electronically through telecommunication. E, the various systems of sending information through local networking. So the appropriate definition for an email is given in option D. The various systems of sending information electronically using telecommunication. Email can be defined as a means of sending and receiving information or letters through telecommunication devices like your phones, like your computers, your laptops, and any other telecommunication gadget. The next question, 23, says which of the following is a means of payment through the post office? Which of the following is a means of payment through the post office? We have credit card, we have credit transfer, we have direct debit, we have money order, and we have standing order. The means of payment through the post office is called the money order. Money order is the major means through which payments can be made through the post office. Credit cards, credit transfer, standing order, they are means of payment in the bank. Question 24. It says manufacturing of goods is the function of dash department. There are different departments that can be found in an organization. So which of them is in charge of manufacturing of goods? Is it the administrative department or the finance or marketing or personnel or production? The administrative department, which is option 1, is that department that is referred to as the nerve center of the organization. It is that department that is in charge of controlling every other department and every activity carried out in every department. The option B, which is the finance or the accounts department, is that department that is in charge of recording the inflow and the outflow of cash. They can also be referred to as the accounts department. They are in charge of recording any monetary transaction. Then the next option is the marketing department. This is the chart which we can also call the sales department. Marketing department, they are the ones that help to market the goods produced in every organization or goods sold in any organization. We have the personnel department. This department is in charge of staff matters. Anything regarding staff matters, staff welfare, staff recruitment, employment, promotion, anything revolving around staff welfare or staff matters, they are all carried out in the personnel department. While the last option, which is option E, production department, this is the department that is in charge of changing raw materials into finished goods, and that is what we refer to as the manufacturing of goods. So the appropriate answer for this question is option E, the production department. They are in charge of manufacturing goods, they are in charge of creation of goods, they are in charge of changing raw materials into finished goods. The next question, question 25, it says, which of the following is not a feature of a memorandum? What's a memorandum? A memorandum is like a letter or a correspondence that is used to communicate within an organization. It is used to communicate within an organization. So which of this is not a part or a feature of a memorandum? A, complementary clause. B, date. C, destination. D, reference number. E, subject matter. A memorandum has a complementary clause. That is what is used to end your letter, like signed, yours faithfully. That's what we refer to as a complementary clause. Every memorandum must have a date. Every memorandum must have a destination. We have from and to. That means where the letter originates from and where the letter is meant to be sent to, all within an organization. Then every memorandum has a subject matter. There is a title. There is a subject for every memorandum sent. So which of this is not a feature of memorandum? It is reference number. A memorandum does not have reference number. The next question, question 26. It says the following are importance of office procedures except that it dash. What do we refer to as office procedures? They are those sets of rules, lay down principles, lay down rules that guide the operation of a business, and every employee is expected to follow this office procedure. So which of this is not an importance of office procedure? A, allows easy access to documents. B, assist in training of staff. C, making the work inefficient. D, reduces fatigue. E, saves time. One of the importance of office procedure is it allows easy access to documents, because there are laid down rules on how documents should be kept, how they should be arranged, and where they are meant to be. Option B, it assists in the training of staff. Yes, one of the importance of office procedure is to assist as a laid down principle guiding the way staff should be trained. One of the importance of office procedure is that it reduces fatigue. Why? You already know what to do per time. Everything has been laid down for you, the path to follow, what to do at every point in time. Then this also saves time. So the one that is not an importance is option C, makes the work inefficient. Instead, office procedure makes our work efficient and not inefficient. So option C gives us the correct answer. The next question, 27, it says the office equipment used for holding two or more papers together is known as the dash machine. That means which machine is used to hold two or more papers together? Is it collating machine, or franking, or guillotine, or shredding, or stapling? It is the stapling machine, option E. The stapling machine or a stapler is that office equipment that uses a pin to hold two or more papers together. It's a machine that uses a pin to hold two or more papers together. So the appropriate answer here is option E. Question 28. It says the staff that files letters, keeps record, and does other work is a or an. Is it an accountant or a banker or a clerk or a manager or a receptionist? It is the duty of option C, a clerk, to file letters, keep records, and do other routine jobs or routine work in every organization. A clerk is also referred to as a clerical staff. They carry out routine jobs in every organization. And what are the examples of these routine jobs? Filing of letters, keeping of records, arranging the cabinet, photocopying of documents. They also do things like going to the post office to retrieve letters and also take letters for postage. So the correct answer is option C, a clerk. The next question, question 29, it says, which of the following is a bank document? That is, which document is used in the bank? Is it a delivery note or a deposit slip, a letter of inquiry, price list, or trade journal? The appropriate answer is option B, a deposit slip. A deposit slip is a document filled in the bank to keep money in a bank account. So a deposit slip is a bank document. All the other ones, your delivery note is a source document, your letter of inquiry is a source document, your price list, your journal is a book of original entry. So the only document used in a bank here is the deposit slip. Like I said, it is used to keep money or to lodge money into a bank account. It is filled. You fill it, your name, the account you want the money to go into, the amount in words, in figures, everything is detailed on the deposit slip in the bank. Question 30, it says a letter is said to be mailable when it is dash. A letter is said to be mailable when it is dash. Confidential, error-free, full of errors, informal, and or official. So a letter is said to be mailable when it is error-free. Option B gives us the correct answer. Before a letter can be error-free, it is proofread before being retyped. So once it is error-free, then it is prepared for mailing. So the correct answer is option B, error-free. Question 31 says, on the keyboard of a computer, Ctrl- will produce the left alignment of text in a page. On the keyboard of a computer, Ctrl- will produce the left alignment of text in a page. The answer is Ctrl-L. For you to, there are different alignments you can set on a page. We have the left alignment, we have the right alignment, we have center, we have justify. So the shortcuts, these are shortcuts. When you use Control with a letter, it is called shortcut. So the shortcut used to produce left alignment. Alignment is the way your text is arranged on a page. So if you want to prepare a document and you want everything to be left aligned, you use your Ctrl and L key. You press down your Ctrl key, then you press your letter L. That helps you to produce left alignment of a text in a page. The next question, question 32 says, after striking the appropriate keys, the typist's fingers must come back and rest on the dash keys. After striking appropriate keys, the typist's fingers come back and rest on the dash key. Is it on the function keys or home keys or shift key or spacebar or tabular keys? As a typist, once you are done striking different keys on the keyboard, your fingers should come back to rest on what we call the home keys. The home keys. That's the reason why it's called the home keys. That's where your fingers rest before and after typing. The home keys are letters A, S, D, F, column L, K, J. Letters A, S, D, F, column L, K, J. They are referred to as the home keys. So the answer is option B. We still have some other groups of keys like the function keys, that's functions 1 to 12. They carry out special functions. We have the shift keys, we have the space bar keys. All these are other keys that can be found on the computer keyboard. The next question, question 33, it says, which of the following items is not used to take care of a computer? Which of the following item is not used to take care of a computer? We have brush, computer cover, duster, engine oil, mentholated spirit. The answer is option D, engine oil. Engine oil is mostly used to lubricate the internal part of the computer, but the other items can be used to daily take care of your computer, like you have a brush. Your brush is used to clean the keys. That's the keyboard used to brush out dirt in between the computer keys. You have your duster or your soft hand towel can be used to clean your computer cover and so on. But the engine oil is not a major item used for taking care of a computer. The mentholated spirit can also be used to clean some delicate parts on the computer keyboard or the computer as a whole. The next question, question 34, it says, on a computer, Control- will update the current page. This is another shortcut. Control- will update the current page. Is it Control B or Control E or Control T or Control L or Control R? The control, the letter that moves together with the control key to update a page of a computer is Control R. Control R is used to update the current page or a page on the computer. Question 35 says the typewriter and the computer keyboards have dash English alphabets. The typewriter and the computer keyboards have dash English alphabet. That means how many alphabets can be found on the typewriter and the computer keyboard? Is it 10 or 14 or 24 or 26 or 28? The correct option is option D, 26. As we all know, we have 26 letters of the alphabet ranging from letters A to Z, and we refer to this as the English alphabet. So the same way it is, letters A to Z, you have the 26 letters on both your typewriter and your computer keyboard. So altogether we have 26 English alphabets on the computer keyboard ranging from letters A to Z. Question 36. Keyboarding skills help students to produce correct and dash documents. This is talking about the importance of knowing how to use your keyboard. What do you stand to enjoy as a student when you are conversant with your keyboarding skills? Is it to produce correct and clumsy documents, or correct and illegal documents, correct and mailable documents, correct and sloppy documents, correct and untidy documents. So the main or one of the main things that you enjoy as a student when you are able to practice your keyboarding skills is for you to be able to produce correct and mailable documents. One of the things the keyboarding skill can do is to ensure that your work is neat, your work is tidy, your work looks more presentable, and your work is okay for mailing or for presentation. It gives you a clean, a correct, error-free document. So the answer is option C. It helps you to produce correct and mailable documents. The next question, in indented paragraph, the typist usually gives dash spaces. In indented paragraph, the typist usually gives dash spaces. Is it 5 or 4 or 7, 6 or 3? There are 3 types of paragraph. We have the block paragraph, we have the hanging paragraph, and we have the indented paragraph. The block paragraph is a paragraph or is a type of paragraph used in which all your text begin on the same line at the left hand side. Everything is aligned on the side. There is no space. You don't give any space before starting to write or type your document. Everything, the paragraph is written in block style in the sense that everything begins on the same line. What separates a paragraph from the other is what we call a double line spacing. You give a clear space to separate one document from the other. While the second one is the indented paragraph, that's the one we usually use. That's the one that before you start your write-up, your first line must have a space, and this space is expected to be 4 spaces. 4. So the answer for this is 4. Indented paragraph, you have 4 spaces before you start typing. Then we have the third type of paragraph, which is the hanging paragraph. This one now is the opposite of indented paragraph, in which your first line is blocked. Every other line that follows is indented. Your first line is blocked. It starts from the edge of your line or margin, while the other lines are indented. That means they have spaces in front of it before you start writing or typing your text. So these are the 3 types of paragraph. The next question, question 38, it says, the first 4 home keys on the left-hand side are A, S, D, and dash. A, S, D, and dash. Is it A, S, D, T? Is it A, S, D, F? Or A, S, D, H? Or A, S, D, J? Or A, S, D, K? Or A, S, D, L? There are 2, before now I told you that we have a line on the keyboard or a row on the keyboard where we have what we refer to as our home keys. So we have the ones that you use your left hand to type, while you have the side that you use your right hand to type. So this questioner is asking you for the letters that you are going to use your right hand to type, and it is A, S, D, F. A, S, D, F. While for the right hand side is column L, K, J. So altogether you have A, S, D, F, column L, K, J. So the appropriate answer is F. Next question, this question is on manuscripts. It says the correction sign, you can see the sign on the board, is looking like this, the shape of our lips. It means what? That means when you see this space, when you see this sign on a manuscript, what does it mean? What kind of correction are they telling you to make? Is it to allow space, or close up space, or insert full stop, or type in capital letters, or type in lowercase letter? When you see the sign on, or it's usually placed in between two words, it means close up. When you see this shape like the shape of your lips, it means close up and is a correction sign. So this is, the answer is option B. It means to close up space. It means to close up space. The next question, 40, says, on the menu bar of a computer, the typist clicks on dash to create tables. The typist clicks on dash to create tables. Is it format printer, or insert, or mailings, or page layout, or preview? When you want to create tables using a computer, what menu bar are you expected to click on? The menu bar that allows you to create tables is the insert insert menu bar. When you click on it, it gives you a drop down that allows you to select the number of rows and the number of columns you need to create your table. So you click on insert to create table. That's option B. The next question is also on manuscripts. It says, in a manuscript, NP means new dash. NP means new dash. Is it new page, or new paragraph, or new phase, or new point, or new program? This is also another correction sign that you can find on your computer, on your manuscripts. We call these correction signs. There are many of them that are used to effect changes on a manuscript. A manuscript is referred to as a handwritten document that corrections are expected to be effected before properly typed for mailing. So when you see NP as a correction sign, it means new paragraph. NP means new paragraph. Option B, new paragraph. So if, for example, as a secretary or as a typist, you were writing a line, and instead of you to move to a new paragraph, you continued on the same line. At the beginning of the line you are expected to take to the new paragraph, you will see this sign there, NP, telling you take this line to a new paragraph. The next question, 42, it says, a key that is depressed to type an initial capital in a word is a key that is depressed. To depress a key means to press it down. A key that is depressed to type an initial, that means a key that is depressed to type just one capital letter in a word is it caps lock, or control key, or escape key, or shift key, or the space bar? So if you want to type a particular word and you want the first letter to be in caps, that means to be in capital letter, all you need to do is to press down your shift key. So once you press down your shift key, any letter you type is going to be in capital letter. But if you want to continue typing in capital letter, instead of you to press down the shift key, all you need to do is to use your caps lock. So for this particular question, the answer is the shift key, option D. The next question, 43, says there are dash numeric keys for application on the keyboarding techniques. There are dash numeric keys. That means how many numeric keys do we have? The meaning of the word of numeric is number keys. How many number keys do we have on our computer keyboard? A lot of people assume it's 9. But what is the correct answer here? Is it 2? Is it 4? Is it 7? Is it 10? Is it 12? The correct answer is 10. There are 10 numeric keys on the computer keyboard. Why is it 10? You have number 0 to 9. Number 0 to 9. Number 0 to 9 gives you 10 keys. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Altogether, you have 10 numeric keys on the computer keyboard. So if you want to type a dual figure like 10, 11, 12, which you can't find on the computer, all you need to... Okay, the next question, question 43, says, there are dash numeric keys for application of the keyboarding techniques. There are dash numeric keys for application of the keyboarding techniques. That means how many number keys do we have to be used on the computer keyboard? Do we have 2 or 4 or 7 or 10 or 12? The total number of numeric keys we have is 10. Why do we have it as 10? On the computer keyboard, you have number 0 to 9. Number 0 to 9. So if you are to count 0 to 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, altogether it gives you 10 number keys. So if you want to type maybe any dual figure like 10, 11, 12, 13, like that, all you need to do is to make use of any of the single numeric keys to produce your double figures. So for this, we have option D as the answer, 10 numeric keys. The next question, 44, it says, which of the following is not a way of taking care of the computer? There are different ways of taking care of a computer, so which one is not a way of taking care of a computer? A, installing antivirus. B, keeping it in a ventilated room. C, maintaining a moist room. D, proper dusting. E, regular maintenance. So which one of this is not a way of taking care of a computer? Is it installing antivirus? As we all know, one of the best ways to take care of a computer is to install an antivirus. You all know what can happen to your system if a virus enters. It can destroy your documents and even crash your entire system. So installing an antivirus is one of the best ways of taking care of your computer system. Option B, keeping it in a ventilated room, is also another way to take care of your computer. You know, computer produces heat. So if you keep it in a room that is not properly ventilated, what do you mean by a ventilated room? It's a room that has enough windows where air can come in to cool your system, to cool your computer system. So your computer system, to take care of it, it must be kept in a well-ventilated room. Proper dusting, yes, is another way of taking care of your computer to prevent dust from staying on your computer system for so long. So proper dusting is also a way of taking care of your computer. Regular maintenance, checking the various parts of the computer system to ensure that they are all functioning well per time. So the one that is not a way of taking care of the computer is option C, maintaining a moist room. A moist room is that room that is not properly ventilated, that does not have enough air to keep your computer cool. And when your computer is kept in a moist room, it can easily damage your computer system. So the answer is C, maintaining a moist room. We go to the next question, question 45. It says, when typing, dash key can be used to give between words on a line. When typing, dash key can be used to give space between words on a line. What key do you use to space your words on a line? Is it caps lock or control key or function key or shift lock or space bar? The correct answer is your space bar. The space bar is that key that you use to space your words while you're typing. The space bar is the longest key on your computer keyboard, and to click on your space bar we use the thumb. The thumb is the appropriate key for pressing or for typing or using your space bar. So the correct answer here is option E, the space bar. All other keys are also found on the computer keyboard. Your caps lock for typing capital letters. You have your control keys to carry out different shortcuts, programs, activities. You have your function keys ranging from function 1 to 12. They are special keys that are used to carry out, they are help keys. They are used to get help from your, from your computer system. We also have your shift lock. So the shift lock is found on the typewriter. A typewriter has a shift lock. So the appropriate answer here is the space bar. The space bar is used to space words, give space between words on a line. The next question, 46. The typing style where all lines of the passage start at the left margin is? The typing style where all lines of a passage start at the left margin is it the block paragraphing style, or the hanging paragraphing style, or horizontal display, or indented paragraphing, or vertical display? I once mentioned this in one of the questions that we have 3 types of paragraph. We have the block paragraph, we have the indented paragraph, and we have the hanging paragraph. So the paragraph that gives you a typing style where all your lines start on the left margin, all your lines start on the same line on the left margin, is called the block paragraphing style. The block paragraphing style. While for indented, you have about 4 characters spacing before you start typing. There's a little space before you start typing on the first line. Then all the other lines are blocked. While for the hanging paragraph is the opposite of indented. That's where you have your first line as blocked, then other lines follow as indented paragraph. So the appropriate answer here is option A, block paragraphing style. Question 47. It says the difference between computer keyboard and typewriter keyboard is the presence of dash in computer. There are some keys that can be found on the computer keyboard that cannot be found on the typewriter. So which one? Is it delete key, or home key, or number key, or shift key, or space bar? Of course, you can find your space bar on both the computer keyboard and the typewriter. You have your shift keys on both the computer keyboard and the typewriter. You have your number keys, that's your number 0 to 9, on both the computer keyboard and the typewriter. You also have your home keys, that is your ASDF, column LKJ keys, on both the computer keyboard and the typewriter. But on the computer keyboard, you have the delete key, but you don't have a delete key on the typewriter keyboard. So the answer is option A, delete key. A delete key can only be found on the computer keyboard, but cannot be found on the typewriter keyboard. So the correct answer is option A, delete key. The next question, 48, it says, in keyboarding, dash key can be used for continuous typing of uppercase. Dash key can be used for continuous typing of uppercase. What do you mean by uppercase? Capital letters. When you see uppercase, they are referring to capital letters. So if you want to type capital letters for a long time on the keyboard, what key can be used to achieve this? Is it caps lock, or delete key, or escape, or shift key, or space bar. The answer is the caps lock. The caps lock is the key that is used to type continuously using the uppercase. If you want to continuously type uppercase letters, you press your caps lock. Once your caps lock is on, whatever alphabet you type is going to be in capital letters. If you want to continue typing in lowercase, which is the opposite, that's the small letters, all you need to do is to release the caps lock. Once you release it, it goes off, then you continue typing your lowercase letters. So the answer is option A, caps lock. The next question, a computer keyboard is made up of dash rows. How many rows do we have on the computer keyboard? Is it 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6? So if you take a look at your computer keyboard, how many rows can we find there? On the computer keyboard, we have 6 rows. We have 6 rows. 6 rows. If you have access to a computer keyboard, just check out the lines. How many lines, how many rows do you have on the computer keyboard? There are 6 rows on the computer keyboard. Not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but 6. Option E. The next question, 50, it says the symmetric arrangement of statistical data in rows and columns is known as dash. The symmetric arrangement of statistical data in rows and columns is known as, is it business letter or a chart or graph or page setup or tabulation? The arrangement of statistical data in rows and columns. Business letter is wrong, chart is wrong, graph is a wrong answer, page setup, no. The answer is tabulation. If you want to prepare a table, you make use of what is called rows and columns. So tabulation is referred to as the arrangement of data in rows and in columns. So the answer is E, tabulation. The next question, it says, a group of options dictating the way a document is formatted to print is it alignment, or page setup, or paragraphing, or referencing, or subject heading? The correct answer is page setup. What do you mean by page setup? Page setup, there are the different options in which you use to prepare your page. To prepare your page before you finally print it out from the computer system. On the page setup group options, you have where you set your margin, where you set your alignment, where you set your page orientation. That means how your page is going to be positioned. Is it portrait or landscape? You set your margin, how you want your paragraph to be. Everything is put together under page setup. So the correct answer is page setup, a group of options dictating the way a document is formatted or prepared before it is ready for printing. Option B is the correct answer. Question 52 says the correct sign, that sign looks like the hash sign on the manuscript, means this sign is also one of the printer's correction signs. When you see it as a correction sign on your manuscript, what does it imply? What does it mean? Is it to allow space or to close space or naira sign or new paragraph or run on? The correct answer is allow space. If, for example, while you're writing your manuscript, you mistakenly put 2 words together and they are not meant to be together, on top, at the middle of the 2 lines, you just see the arc sign written on it, telling you create a space between these 2 words, separate it. So the answer is allow space. It is not close space. Close space is, the shape of close space is the one that looks like the shape of your lip. That's the one that signifies that you're expected to close up space. It's not narrow sign. New paragraph, the correction sign that indicates new paragraph is NP. There we also have another one, run on. That one, the sign is like backward S, as if you're writing S in a backward way. So all these are examples of correction signs that are on the manuscript that can be used to effect changes on your manuscript before final printing is done. Question 53, it says the right home keys are, remember I told you that we have two sides of the home keys. We have the left home keys and we have the right home keys. For the left home keys, we have columns, we have ASDF. So for the right home keys, what do we have? Is it ADJC or ASDF or column LKJ or POIU or QWER? So the right home keys are keys column LKJ, column LKJ. So ASDF is for the left home keys, while column LKJ is for the right home keys. So these are the home keys found on the computer keyboard. The next question, question 54. Control plus S dash the document. This is another shortcut. Control plus S dash document. What do you use Control S to do as a shortcut? Is it to bold document or to highlight or to print or to save or to underline? To bold your document, to use Control B. To highlight your document, to use Control A. Control A highlights document. To print, you use Control P. To underline, you use Control U. To save, you use Control S. So to save your document, Control S is used. So the appropriate answer is D, save. Control S saves document. The next question, the dash key controls the cursor on the computer system. Which key do we use to control cursor? To control cursor. Cursor is the arrow you always see moving on your computer system. So which key do we use to control cursor? Is it alphabetic keys or arrow keys or numeric keys or special keys or window keys? The arrow keys, option B, is used to control cursor on your computer system. On your computer keyboard, you have 4 arrow keys. We can also call them navigational keys or cursor keys. Another name for arrow keys is another name for cursor key or arrow key is navigational keys. We have 4 of them on the computer system. One is used to move up, one is used to move down, one is used to move left, and the other is used to move right. So the answer is option B, arrow keys. The next question, the proofreader's symbol, caps. This is another correction sign on the manuscript. Caps tells the typist to, is it to italicize or to italicize, or to start a new paragraph, or to transpose, or to use lowercase or use uppercase. When you see the correction sign or the symbol caps, what does it mean? The full meaning of that caps is capital letter. So caps is used to change to uppercase. Uppercase letters are capital letters. So once you see a particular letter or a word circled and in front of it you have the inscription caps, they are telling you to type the word in capital letter. If it is just a particular letter that the underneath is just ticked and you are seeing caps, it's telling you to type it in uppercase. So option E gives us the answer. The next question, 57, it says the command key to underline text is Ctrl dash. The command key to underline text is Ctrl dash. What key do you use to underline text? Is it Ctrl B or Ctrl F or Ctrl J or Ctrl K or Ctrl U? Ctrl B is used to bold your document. Ctrl C is used to justify. The answer is Ctrl U. Ctrl U is used to underline text. You want to underline a particular sentence or you want to underline a particular word or a letter. The shortcut command to use is to press down your Control key and your letter U. Next question, question 58. It says, which of the following alphabets is not part of the left home row keys? We have talked about the home keys. So which of this is not part of the left home row keys? So the first question you ask yourself is, what are the left home row keys? Before you know the one that is not part of it. The left home row keys are A, S, D, F. The left home row keys are A, S, D, F. So which of these now is not part of it? Is it A or C or D or F or S? So with what I've explained, the correct answer is option B, that is C. The left home row keys are A, S, D, and F. So option letter C is the odd one out. Question 59. So which of the following signs instruct a typist to delete text? All these you are seeing, they are examples of printer's correction sign. Printer's correction sign. So which one shows that you are to delete a text as a typist? Option A, this sign you are seeing is the sign that shows, it means run on. For example, maybe you took a new line to a new paragraph. So if the person making the correction wants to tell you that no, you are not meant to start a new paragraph, you are to continue typing or writing, this sign is used to indicate it. That's the sign on option A. This sign is referred to as run on. Run on. Option B, that is the hash sign. It's used to show that you are to what? Create space. It's used to show insert space. When two words are together and you are to separate them, you put this sign to show that the two words should be separated. Option C, looking at this, it looks like the shape of your lip. Like I've said before, it's called close-up. This sign shows close-up. That means you mistakenly created a space between two words, like maybe you want to write take over, take over. And instead of you to maybe put the two words together, you now separated it. So the space in between take and over, this shape or this sign will be put there, telling you close up the space. Option D, looking at this sign, is what gives us the correct answer. This sign you are seeing, this correction sign you are seeing, it shows delete. When you see this sign in front of a word or a letter, it shows you are expected not to type such word or letter. While option E, NP, it means new paragraph. If you are expected to move to a new paragraph, then NP will be used to give you such instruction. The correct answer here is option D. Option D, delete. So we take the last question. It says, a typist is expected to strike letter J on a keyboard with the right dash finger. A typist is expected to strike letter J on a keyboard with the right dash finger. Remember, letter J is one of the the right home keys. Letter J is one of the what? Right home keys. So when you are to press it, which finger are you using? Remember I told you that this finger is used for the space bar. So let's see which finger is expected to be used to strike this letter. Is it your baby finger, which is this, or your index finger, or middle finger, or ring finger, or your thumb? So you looking at the 5 fingers you have on your left hand, this key is used for column, this is used for L, this is used for K, then this is used for J. We have it as column L, K, J. Column L, K, J. This is used for the thumb. So this is the finger used to strike your letter J. And what is this finger called? It is called the index finger. So the index finger is the appropriate finger used to strike letter J on the keyboard. That's option B. So the right answer is option B. So with this, we come to the end of this session. The question, that's the part 2 of the business studies questions. And I believe that you have learned a lot from this session, and you should be able to also, with the little revision given to you, you should be able to also attempt some other related questions, because most times in your examination, you might see the same question being asked in a different way, but if you don't have the deep understanding of it, you will not know that the question is expected to be tackled in the right way. So with this, I believe you've been enlightened on how different questions can be answered. So thank you very much, and wish you success in your examinations.